So much of this game will be determined by tempo. Mullen against Shea Keithler for the opening faceoff, and it's won by Syracuse. Syracuse with its top 6 on offense, 5 All-Americans, including their entire starting midfield. 15 in orange, Sam English, a first-team All-American. Shot on the run and a score. Owen Hiltz, who tagged the game winner in each of the first 2 rounds for Syracuse with the opening salvo in semifinal number 2.
He's got magical wrists, Canadian double sevens. With all the attention on the right side with Joey Spallina. You give Hiltz the ball on the wing. This is a beautiful kind of hedge downfield and then using the pick to get to the middle of the field, and you're shooting on an ocean.
Pass down, pick down. Hiltz turns the corner left-handed. The lead early is critical when you're playing Maryland. In Maryland, 3 losses this season. They trailed in the first quarter.
Don't be surprised if Syracuse slides early, forces Maryland to take shots early in the shot clock. Now the shot clock is into single digits. See if the Terps sub off, they'll try, and McCool with the save.
Body stop.
Stovall, lefty with range. Shot on the run, McCool, another save.
Nice D by Cuse.
Two great fan bases starting to fill up Gillette Stadium. Luke Roa on the run, and there is McNaney. 72% in 3 career semifinals. The Terps have a chance here. Kelly's open. Catch, release, McCool the save. Biggest save so far by Jimmy McCool, who's 3 for 3. Big Red found other ways to win. Jack Cascadden, big day at the Face-Off X, had a goal. Staub, here's English, bouncer on the run. McNaney too good. Cat-like reflexes. Shot clock at 14. Spanos using the Whittier pick. Turns the corner, gets topside, and we are tied at 1.
Spanos got buried into the shot. No flag surprises me. It was high and it was late. Terps, they own restarts. They're really good off of whistles. McNaney's feeling it between the pipes. I like the knee bend, the hand-eye coordination, and he controls his own rebound. At the other end, confusion for the Syracuse defense.
Cat and mouse with Keegan. Now Urksa. Former Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Urksa doubled. Kelly got a look.
Fantastic stop by McCool.
And it's Syracuse ball.
His best save as a lefty is offside low.
Kelly had 2 goals in the win against Syracuse earlier this season.
Now it is his own.
They're packed in. Stovall from the outside. Zone buster.
When you pack it in, you're daring Maryland and their stretch shooters. Quint, you talked about Stovall yesterday. As a young player, when he finds his groove, his upside's massive. He's 6'4", a Florida kid with an absolute gasser when he has his time and his feet set.
He gets better every time we see him. He's only a sophomore from IMG in Florida.
Because he knows they can play 5-on-5.
Peyton Anderson got confused, went off sides. A freshman from the Poughkeepsie area. And now Maryland, I want to run here. Stamos, Larkin, puts one on cage. A.J. Larkin scored against Syracuse in February. He does it again. And the Terps have a 3-1 lead. So much for the Terps playing slow.
There are moments when they play fast. I did the game down in Atlanta against Notre Dame. Larkin and McDonald, the long stick midfielders, were terrific, pressing in transition. And you see them doing it again here.
We discussed how they're great at restarts. That's a sudden change of possession. A mental mistake by Syracuse. And guess what? Maryland makes you pay. They are clean in the middle of the field. Here's the tail end. Larkin rips it and gets right in Michael Grace's face.
Hiltz is trapped. Maryland has to take advantage of 77.
McDonald over to the wing. There's a skip pass. Kelly left-handed. McCool, did he get a piece of it? He did. It'll stay with Maryland. And if it's not there, they'll dump it in the corner and set up their defense. Spanos working on Dwan. Now help coming from Kakemo. Spanos slips, puts one on Cage. That's a desperation shot. McCool, quick exit. Can Syracuse run now? Here's Spanos. Dwan picks him up. Dumps it back to Keegan on the invert. Converted attackman. Working on Jake Spallina. Gets back inside. McCool denies the angle. A sea of orange.
Second kick save.
Now Syracuse in its settled set against the stingy Maryland half-field defense. Leo from the outside. McNaney turns it away.
That's nice.
12-2 in round one, 11-1 in the quarters, 8-2 in the semis, 2-6 on Championship Monday. That's been the kryptonite. Daniel Kelly, who's had a pair of 2-goal games in this tournament, gives Maryland a 4-1 lead. And Q, when you're down 4-1 against Maryland, the deficit seems larger.
In this game, one team's goalie was running on a clear. They didn't call timeout. The other team called timeout. And guess what happened on the other side of that timeout?
They cash in. Daniel Kelly, when you talk to Mike Phipps, the offensive coordinator, he calls Kelly, the senior captain, the most cerebral player on the team. He can direct the offense. He knows everyone's role, and this time pounds that lower corner. He's also a hired gun on the left side.
Case of the Mondays. Here's Leo from the wing. Leo shot, saved by McNaney. There is a flag. It's going to be on Syracuse. Whittier and Carter Rice doing battle. Feed inside to Ford, save McCool. And the rebound picked up by Riley Figueres, Syracuse's top cover man. Hughes has turned it over 5 times, Terps just once. Syracuse has missed its last 11 shots. And the Terps on the other end, able to cash in.
Chip away. Jesse Bernhardt's unit blasting the Syracuse extra man opportunity, one of the best in the country. And then here's early offense. Cuse isn't set up. Fouled by corner.
Aiden Aiken showing a nice lefty rip stick side. Aiken from Florida, the junior whose minutes have gone up.
Hey, Syracuse plays in a stadium. They play at the Dome. They've played in front of big crowds and big atmospheres. They've played when it's loud. Whittier, that one hit the pipe. Rebound, Kelly. 6-1. It's a Terps avalanche.
Matt Ward in the studio talked about the amount of shots that Maryland were getting as if that was going to be a barometer, and he was exactly right. Terps' leading assister is Whittier. That time it's a shot. McCool thinks it goes behind the net. Watch the goalie react to this. He gets a piece right there. He thinks the ball's behind him. Kicks it right to Kelly for the empty netter.
The shot discrepancy was kind of masked by the play of Jimmy McCool. Now they're starting to solve him.
If you're John O'Doherty, you got to get some life into this defense. Get some friction, get them out challenging shooters.
Hangman now. Maryland has 15 shots on goal. Spanos Ford. That hit the pipe. Ford recovers. Fresh 60-second shot clock. Syracuse has only put 5 shots on goal. Dwan getting into the grill of Spanos. Stovall using the pick. And Spanos sneaks it over the shoulder of McCool. And we get flags after the play. Tempers starting to flare. Perhaps some frustration on the Syracuse side.
Terp Nation loves it. They know what it takes to play on this weekend. 8 seconds left in the shot clock. Vintage Maryland. Vintage Eric Spanos, who's a fantastic dodger with low angle.
Personal foul, 48 orange, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute. That's a dead ball foul. There'll be no face.
Spanos with 2 goals. He's got 9 in this NCAA tournament. Skip pass, shot the score. Bryce Ford, Terps pouring it on.
Tough day at the office.
That says it all.
Yeah, that's a meme.
Skip pass, sensational. Rip it with your feet set. Your shooting percentage is going through the roof.
That was the one area, the extra man from Maryland this season, only 32%. McCool's doing his part with 10 saves, but it's step down city with Bryce Ford, the natural lefty, who's converted now to midfield after being a star at Fairfield.
There is a flag coming against the Terps, so Syracuse will have a man-up opportunity, a free possession here. And the Orange able to cash in on the interior. Finn Thompson. And that ends an 8-0 Terrapin run.
This is some sort of lever pass. I think it's Sam English running right-handed downhill. Watch him just flip this over. Like almost part of his cradle. How did he see that? That's a serious play.
Yeah, that is a vintage box lacrosse pass from the Canadian sensation who will be playing for the California Redwoods in the PLL because of his versatility. This guy can do everything.
Less than a minute to play in the half. There's the double team. Leo forced to give it up. English has 2 assists today. English weaving, fires. McNaney's going to eat that up every time. He's 5 out of 7. 15 seconds now. Let's see if Spanos goes. He makes his move, spins it back. Little fake by Keegan. Forced to give it up. Good defense here by Syracuse. Kelly has it poked away. Half number 1 comes to an end.
Peyton Anderson, Sam English, Michael Leo. You got to dodge from the midfield.
Owen Hills has a trail checked away. So that Syracuse possession ends without a shot. Schultz maneuvering. Now picked up by Grace. Former D3 All-American. Aiken changing directions. Urksa doorstep dunk.
High skill level, man. These guys can really zing it. Looking for answers. Force feed the crease. Maryland collapses, ball on the ground. Then at the other end, if you're Cuse, you make a bad slide here. Look, 3 guys come to the ball.
3 guys ball watching, leaving Urksa wide open, and yet another goal with under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. You saw Spanos in the second quarter, now Urksa. Quint, you were talking about relying on the one-on-one matchup. If you slide early now, they found their groove.
Was able to counter all 3 of those and became the unsung hero of that championship run.
That was when the motorcycle grip.
All right, now, it's not a grip that Maryland has on Syracuse. It's an iron chokehold. Spanos a hat trick. It's 10-2, and it feels like a runaway Terrapin train.
Grip and rip. Garino was a standard face-off guy, going a bunch of guys that were motorcycle happy. Right here you see the wrists and the grip strength of Eric Spanos. That move to get his hands free was sick. He dropped that left plant foot to get topside, and then McCool gets lit by Spanos here. Look at that left plant foot. Whoop, right to the top side, increasing the angle. That's gorgeous.
Eric Spanos is seizing the moment, the redshirt junior from PA. This is a young man who is a middle school hero.
Great young man.
Intellectual, bright, great manners. He's got an incredible future in lacrosse and beyond. But he talked about the pressure cart that he felt in the club circuit after he verbaled Maryland in 8th grade.
You're 14. You're not ready for that.
People targeted him.
Yes.
UNC blitzed Florida in the semis. Thompson gets one back for Syracuse, his second goal. 10-3, 10:52 to go in the third.
Thompson from Wyatt Hoddle. Snappy wrist work on this goal.
Yeah, Wyatt Hoddle. What'd you say earlier in the season? It was lightning out of shot glass.
He is lightning in a shot glass.
He's so fast and quick. Maryland native, 19 in orange, finding Finn Thompson. I told you guys this yesterday. When he catches the ball in front of the crease, it's almost automatic.
I'm surprised Syracuse hasn't used.
Hiltz to Thompson. That hits the ground. 3 Terps in the area code. Somehow it trickles back to the orange. Shot clock at 11, and Leo with McNaney out of the cage. It's 10-4.
What are we doing? I'm surprised Syracuse hasn't used Joey Spallina as a picker to make Schaller play off ball. Going forward, I'd like to see more of that. They catch a break here. Watch McNaney, the goalie, makes a decision to make a play on this ground ball.
I'm not sure he knows where it is.
I think he was going to pick off the pass.
I thought he anticipated Spallina getting it in the lower right. Let's fast forward right now to the face-off. Johnny Mullen, 5th in the country coming in. Face-off win percentage, #1 in the country in ground balls. You talk about a moment to build a little momentum. If Syracuse goes on a run, it has to be Johnny Mullen in this spot.
Here's Roa. Down the alley, bounce shot, score. The orange got a little juice.
They've been starving for big lacrosse in late May in central New York. Luke Rowe is part of this junior class. It was the #1 rated recruiting class in the country a few years ago. He found space, attacks the shorty. Juicing dead, you don't you go anywhere.
He didn't feel any situation would catch them off guard.
With zone defense from Syracuse,
which I'm sure John Tillman prepared for. Keegan, Kelly, and McCool able to come up with a huge stop. Roa and Leo play catch. Those 2 All-Americans along with English. Thompson's shot gobbled up by McNaney. Finally tracks it on the crease.
Orange run the weave up top. They get a good look, but McNaney's probably most important stop of the day.
McDonald. Over to the wings. Spanos with his 4th.
Patience, patience, patience. 6th-year season for Logan McNaney. He's seen it all. He tracks that low to low, and then it's off to the races with the other half of the 1-2 punch. It was Larkin, now McDonald, Quint.
Clean stops mean clean runouts. And crisp and accurate passing allows Spanos to shuffle step and show his velocity from about 10 yards. And that's all about turning and raking when he can eye it down.
5 points in this semifinal game. At 5 points in the semis last year against Virginia. Big face-off win by Maryland. They chuck it up ahead. Dangerous pass picked off by Grace. We come up on 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Now Spallina. Schaller has held him without a point.
We're not quite there yet.
Ottle, bouncer, McNaney another save. Loose ball, rebound Syracuse, a chance unsettled. Spallina denied.
He is so good. He is making low-to-low saves, high-to-high.
And he's going to try to bleed Syracuse dry.
In a day where Johnny Mullen has not been himself, but he gets one here.
Urgency for Syracuse. Mullen wheeling, dealing, scoring. And Syracuse gets 8 seconds into the 4th quarter for Mullen, his 5th of the season.
Trying to relish the moment if you're Johnny Mullen. Maryland gives him the lane, he takes it. Rolls back, and he just won't be denied. And the interesting thing about lacrosse now, you think about possession, it's earned, it's not given. Every other sport, you get the ball. Basketball, the other team makes a hoop, you get it. Football, there's a kickoff. Lacrosse, we go back to the face-off, Kark, and nothing is given. You've got to earn possession.
For Syracuse, the issue becomes there's not a lot of time to waste offensively now. First shot, you almost have to go, don't you? And then you have McNaney, the brick wall from the glass town.
We saw this play out last week in a game that was closer.
No flag. Ford with 4, with 3. Oh, backbreaker. With 2 on the shot clock. A back-breaking goal by Bryce Ford. It's 12-6.
In the last 20 minutes, that is 3 goals with under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. So you're gonna bleed them out. They don't want to press, they want to go in zone. Hold it for the first 70. Strike at 10. Capitalize and flex.
For the transfer, Coach Tillman did great work in the portal this year.
76, the first of back-to-back titles for Cornell. And then 2022, when Maryland went undefeated, they had a big fourth quarter lead. Cornell roared back, outscored Maryland 4-0 in the fourth quarter of that game as McNaney takes away another scoring opportunity.
I think Jack Cascadden at the faceoff X could be a massive, massive lean in terms of possessions. I think he's heating up, that guy.
Michael Leo makes it 12-7. Second goal for Leo.
Clark and I have been talking about how we want Syracuse to run their offense through the midfield. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. The junior from Long Island, he's a lefty. He rolls back, and from mid-range, he finds pay dirt.
Spanos back to Urksa. 3 goals today inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spanos puts one on Cage. McCool to stop. This is a huge ground ball. We're going to get a hold on Maryland.
In Jerry Burns' defense, he burned a timeout on a review earlier in the second half, so he was holding that last timeout, I think.
Leo, no. Did McNaney tip it? He did.
Kirst 0 points, Spallina 0 points. But Cornell just had more depth in terms of their scoring and their options.
Bounce shot, there is McNaney, tracks it, clamps it. Maryland ball. McCool stays in the cage. That's picked off by Grace. 2.5 to go. Grace thunders into the box, pulls the trigger. McNaney is there. 14 out of 21. Terps just have to kill some more clock. Gravino spinning away.
We talk about McNaney coming back from that ACL, and
Larkin, one last dagger into the cold Syracuse corpse.
he wanted that one. Did you see on that first goal afterwards a little chirping between Larkin and maybe a Syracuse defender as Gary Gate looks on? But we talk about McNaney as Larkin just pounds this from deep. McNaney in 2023 blows his knee out against Loyola. That's a tough spot as a goalie to come back from an ACL. And
that's not the case this year. It's 1 versus 2, but Cornell came into this tournament as the team to beat. One more for the Terps. Luca Ward, and now flags.
Foul, 35 orange, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute. That's a dead ball foul, no face off. So,
Anish, when we had the Georgetown, Maryland game, Kevin Warren, who's very good friends with John Tillman, told us Tillman's ability to have both the microscope and the telescope.
Cornell and Maryland on Monday. We have seen that movie 3 times prior. 71-76. 2022, English gets one final tally for the Cuse with 2.9.
We were sitting on a nice football score at 14-7, because some people say this Maryland lacrosse team reminds them of the Iowa football team.
Syracuse went for 2.
that guy right there is going to have a long pro career, Sam English. Exceptional talent. Started his collegiate playing days at Princeton. Went to championship weekend.
And he beats Brian Rupel.
Yep. McNaney graduates in a fantastic upside with Rupel and experience under his belt.
They do it again.